Hey friends, have you ever had a lead come in and as soon as you go to check the notification, they're already gone? It's not that you dropped the ball, it's that your response time is the ball. So I built something that replies for me within seconds. It's personal, it's warm, and it's been quietly doing its job ever since. Also, I don't want to hold you up and you're waiting for the actual build. Check the description below and see where the chapters are, and you'll see where the build is as well. Full templates, GPT prompts, the make.com scenario is in the description. You can go ahead and download that now. This one thing changed how I handle every new lead. And today I'll show you exactly how I built that from scratch. Most businesses don't have a lead problem, they have a follow-up problem. From my experience, when you do follow-up, people don't get annoyed. They know why they reached out, and you're just being kind and courteous for the most part. And I mean, there's some people who get quite annoying, but let's just try not to do that. Think about this. Imagine if somebody fills out a form, books a demo, sends a message, and they don't hear back for hours, maybe even days. Meanwhile, they're clicking on someone else's site. What if after they hit the submit button, they get a thoughtful reply from you? Here's the loop. This automation detects a new lead, whether it is through Typeform, maybe you have a newsletter, a Webflow, whatever that is, WordPress, somebody contacts you. There's a warm email that's being sent, maybe even a text message. And if you're super thrifty with this, you can update your CRM with the new lead and a follow-up sequence. But we won't be covering that today. No cold autoresponders. No, we'll be in touch. Just a smart, fast reply that feels real and keeps the conversation going and is in your voice. Something that you would say, something, let's say, you would train an assistant to say, and it runs while you sleep, which is the best part. Okay, so before we get into this, let's talk about the mistakes some people make. Number one, sounding like a robot. Yes, we use certain tags, but we want to sound personal. We want to sound like an actual human being. We also bring in context that we know how we already write, just simply better writing. Number two is going too cold or too casual. Your lead deserves fast and friendly, not one or the other. And number three is forgetting the next step. Use your reply to lead somewhere else. Drop a link, book a call, guide the journey. All right, now that we have that over, let's go in and build this thing. We're going to start with a Tally response. Tally is a submission form. You can use your website or anything like that, but we're going to use Tally for now. We're going to watch for new responses. We're going to choose a hook. Okay, let's add. All right, we have personalized email. You want to use the form that you've built. I have a pre-made form that I've done. Form ID is contact us, which is great. You want to go ahead and save that. So now it's going to watch any new responses that come in. So let's give this a test. We're going to go ahead and run that. Come over here. I'm going to put Harrison. Okay, email. Great. Put a phone number. Service. And again, you can pretend like this is somebody on your website asking for any kind of services. I would like this for my company. Great. I added this because we're going to be using text messaging as well. And with all the laws and compliances, this is always a good space. This is always a good safeguard. So let's go ahead and submit. Great. So we received all that information. So we have all this information to use now. So the next thing that we want to do for the personalized email SMS follow-up is start to create some globals. And what are globals exactly? It's just information that we have about our business. So we don't always have to change the prompts that we're going to make. And this will make a little bit more sense as I continue on. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add, we're going to set multiple variables. Great. All right, so the first variable we're going to add is your name. My name is Harrison. The second variable we're going to add is your booking link. And I'm going to go ahead and click over and grab that booking link. Great. The next item is a description of your business. And I have that already here. Great. The last thing is the tone you want. So think about this, the tone that you want to respond to your clients with. Great. We can go ahead and rename that set globals. All right, so the next variable that we want, I'm going to create multiple variables as well, is email examples. So I'm going to go ahead and get a couple email examples. Email examples. Great. So I have one here, a couple. So this is where it makes sense. So now we can pull information from the set globals into this module here. So let's go ahead and add the booking link, your name, and your name. So as you can see here, this works in tandem with one another. Let's go ahead and rename this email examples. And now we get into the nitty-gritty. So let's put a router in. One router will send an email and another one will create a text message or send a text message. So in order to make sure it sends if somebody opts in, we could put opt in, question mark, and set up a bit of filtering here. Question, I agree. Check boxes. So this, that's right, equal to true. Great. So we have our opt-in. So now we can set up our GPTs. So you just type in GPT, click in Open AI, create a completion from a ChatGPT prompt. And I have all this information here as well. And this is the starter kit. You can go down and download that as well. So if you want the prompts and everything like that. So let's go ahead and do a mini. Okay. And let's go ahead and grab that prompt there. Okay. Add a developer system. Boom. Have all our information there. And as you can see, now this makes a little bit more sense. So the description of the business, we can take it from our global variables, our booking length. Let's go here. The tone. Great. Another booking link. Email examples. Okay, let's click into this. Oh, so I made a mistake here. So this shouldn't be get multiple variables. We're going to add a new module, set multiple variables. There we go. And we're going to put email example again. Type that in. Save. Let's go back over here. There we go. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is type in all the information here. So as you can see, it's already there. It's already linked up. And now, let's rename that to email example. So this is why we set these variables. So instead of going in to change the prompt, we can just change the booking link if needed, your name if needed, the description of the business, the tone, and the examples instead of clicking into the prompt here and changing that information. It just takes a little bit longer, as you could see, and it's kind of harder to navigate. Anyways, the next thing we're going to do is send an email. Send email. Great. So we have that there. Let's go to add the recipient. And then we have the email there, the subject. We can put in, let's get started with the service name. We're going to add plain text, add the choice, content. Awesome. Now the next thing is the opt-in. Now we're going to do a little bit different prompt for the opt-in, but the same process. So ChatGPT, create awesome mini system. Let's go ahead and grab that prompt as well. Great. Add messages, roles, developer system, a little bit different. And again, put in the tone. So you can see the effectiveness of setting these variables, because then you would have to change it, all this information in both. So now if you wanted to change it, you can just go to set variables. Description of business, great. I think we're all good to go there. Okay. Next, we can send text or Twilio. Awesome. Create a message. Twilio connection. I already have this set up and configured. If you need help with that, just message in the comment below. You can put 2, the number, create a body. Lastly, go to choices, message, content. Great. And we are all set up. The last thing, if you really want to go advanced, you can go here. You can add a CRM, maybe create a database item, and then add that to your CRM. But we'll just go ahead and disable that for now. I'm going to go ahead and save that, save it anyways. The module is not set up, which is fine. And let's go ahead and test this. Harrison, email, phone number 866-454. All right, agree. Great. Now it's the waiting game. Okay, perfect. That is great. And as you can see, hi, Harrison. Thanks for your interest in onboarding Automatium. Let me know if you have any questions. All this to say is that I've configured this to read the message if it's urgent, to send a booking link, and if it's not urgent, then to send a follow-up to ask more information. So let's give this another test to show you what I mean. Let's go Harrison, email, okay, phone number, okay. I would really like to discuss getting the onboarding automation set up next week with my business. Okay. Boom. Submit. And as you can see, it will output a little bit different depending on whether it is urgent or not. And this is how you can engineer your prompts. It's called prompt engineering. So let's go check that out. Great. See, and book a free call. There you go. And the text message, just the same. The last thing I want to add a bit of a human element. So I'm going to add another module, sleep, 60 seconds, as there's less than 60 seconds. There. Just to give that human element. And that's pretty much it. This build doesn't just make you feel faster, but it makes you feel more present. Think about people responding saying, wow, that was fast. I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you for explaining that to me. That's what builds trust and that compounds. And once this is set up, it runs forever. If this helps subscribe, the next S tier build is pure wizardry. So please subscribe and I'll keep you. If you subscribe, then the next S tier, I'm really excited about the next build with Harrison.